Now, you said that this was going to be the last thing, but I'm like, wait a minute, this is going to be our last thing? I want to talk a little bit about Thor. Now, this isn't going to be a full-on review, because I'm going to be releasing a review probably tomorrow night. Actually, tomorrow night I'm going to be releasing. It's going to go up online before the weekend's over. Maybe an hour or two before the weekend's over, but it's going up. Okay. Really, I don't know. You weren't very impressed by it. I wasn't really impressed by. I wasn't. I didn't walk out of the theater going, "That was an awesome fucking movie," but I don't know. Something tells me that whatever lack of enthusiasm I had, your enthusiasm was even lower after seeing it. Well, which I don't know if you're being fair or not.
No, it wasn't that. The movie was entertaining. We both agreed that we liked the brother character. I loved Anthony Hopkins in it.
Yeah, you mean Loki?
Yeah, Loki.
Loki is the brother.
No, I know. I'm just speaking separately about the two of them. I love Idris Elba in it. That fucking costume as the gatekeeper was fucking sickening. It was epic. Good to see Renee Russo. Like, where the hell has she been? Yeah. But she looks great. Yeah, I mean, it was fine. I mean, like I said, I wasn't all that impressed by it.
About halfway through the movie, I started fantasizing about what it would look like if, what's her face? If Natalie Portman's head was on Kat Dennings' body.
and this is where we start to lose, Key. This is where we start to lose people.
Okay, no. Okay, wait, focus.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you know, the guy the actor that they cast as Thor. I mean.
You were getting tingly at one point.
No, it wasn't even.
You saw him without his shirt, and you're like, oh.
No. Okay, this is how okay, I'm gonna reenact what I did.
Yeah.
Okay, it was for a half a second. I reacted to. I believe he's Australian. I forget his name at the moment, but it was when you basically first see him without his shirt on. They just hit him with the car, or whatever, and they take him back to their digs or whatever. And here he comes. And I was like, well, god damn. That's exactly what I said. I was taken.
Basically, when this guy came out without his shirt on, thanks to all the women in the audience, the room got humid. Okay?
Well, I'm sorry. You're sitting there talking about Kat Dennings.
Well, no, yeah. No, it's true. But the weird thing is, this guy's hotness, his epic hotness, was just a continuous theme throughout the entire movie. Now, here's the thing: I guarantee you, when they do this Wonder Woman movie, her epic hotness is not going to be a constant theme where every fucking male supporting character is going to be like, oh, look at her, oh, ooh. I like to fucking get on. Like, fucking Kat Dennings is like, what does she say?
I can give him CPR.
Oh. Does he need CPR? I totally know CPR. It's like, oh my god, you fucking.
But no, I had the one reaction with his shirt.
No, but
off.
like the girls in the theater were digging this.
Oh, totally digging it.
And yeah, I don't know.
It's funny.
My main problem with Thor as he is depicted here, and I realize that this is pretty much what the character is. He doesn't really have many huge flaws that we can relate to, because the one flaw that he does have in the beginning of the movie is he is very quick. You know, he's very eager to lead, but he's
doesn't have any life experience, if you will.
Yeah, he doesn't have. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't realize that his actions are going to lead to all-out war, so he just wants to go and knock some fucking heads in. And I don't know. I mean, we've all been in a situation where we've lost our temper and we want blood. But this seems to be this guy's fucking modus operandi, and he's just like always like, oh, the fucking frost giants looking at us wrong. Let's go fuck their shit up. I mean,
what was that?
Not in so many words. I was doing the translation.
From fucking Carlitos Way? Like, what do you
what?
do?
No. No, yeah.
Let's go get him, Holmes.
Yeah, so they basically did that. They mobbed down there. Basically, he got his buddies together. He got his crew. And they fucking just walked in to those guys' fucking territory.
I'm making like this
and they started shit.
I'm making like this kind of weird derp face at Keith.
You know they did. They did. They just strolled in and said, "Hey, so yeah, what was all that shit about, huh?" And they're like, "Hey, you better get out of here or there's going to be some shit, right?" And they're like, "Oh yeah? Well, it looks like there already is some shit, man." and then all of a sudden the big guys come out and they're like, "Fuck, we're outnumbered. Okay, maybe we should go." And then he talks about how he's a pussy. He calls him a little girl or a princess or something like that. That starts a shit because, of course, you know, a man cannot back down from having his manhood questioned.
Oh, whatever. Sure, that's not even a man. It's a cheap way.
Yeah, it was a cheap little shot.
It's a cheap way to get her a guy's scam.
Yeah, so all this shit goes. But he really did just fucking mob up. Immediately after his dad told him, don't. So, you know, this is just... He's sort of a dickhead.
Yeah.
He's sort of an impulsive, violent dickhead. And that's his personality flaw.
Very boastful.
Now, Tony Stark, he has personality flaws, which, you know, doesn't take... Like, you know, generally he doesn't take a whole lot of stuff seriously. He decides that he'd rather have fun than be serious all the time. Sometimes he drinks a little too much. And he womanizes a bit. We can all kind of relate to those personality traits, because sometimes we're just like, you know, fuck, I don't want to go into work tomorrow. Fine, let's hit the bar. Mm-hmm. You know, you blow off responsibility for a day, go do that. Tony Stark just happens to be rich enough where he can do that every day and get away with it, and still be a billionaire. Now, you know, you have Spider-Man. And his main flaws are basically he's just an average fucking young guy struggling in the city.
In love with this girl.
And in love with this girl. We can all relate to that. I can't relate to being a
god,
6'2" chiseled god who is heir to the throne of Asgard. And I'm also a dickhead. And then that one flaw that makes him human completely gets removed because he learns the value of what it's like to earn,
to be without strength,
but also you know, have self-sacrifice in his heart and put others before him, and he earns back the power of the right to be Thor. So yeah, now. He's actually not a dickhead. He's a really nice guy who's really hot.
And in love with the mortal girl.
Incredibly powerful. And, yeah.
That's
in love with the... Yeah.
In love with a mortal girl that he knew for 2 days.
Yeah, if you're gonna tell me that fucking love is based on anything other than the fact that she wants to have his immortal cum inside of her...
Okay.
I got some news for you.
I'm going to translate that into movie. I watched the movie speak. Basically, they knew each other for 2 days, and he had information that was very... It was vital to her research that she had dedicated her life to.
First off, it was not vital research. It's like, oh yeah, I see all these complex charts of our planets and stuff which they weren't complex at all. She basically...
No, she was trying to figure out...
There were circles.
No, she had it in her notebook, but basically she was trying to figure out how they were all connected.
And then he drew a tree around them and said, see, they're all connected. You catch glimpses of it in your Hubble telescope. Haha, see, I said Hubble because I'm not from Earth. And at this point, she still thinks that he's delusional. She still thinks that he's fucking nuts. And she's like, oh, okay.
And she's like, I love him.
And then after it turns out that after he gets his powers back and he fucking just wrecks everything shit, like fucking he creates a tornado and fucking lightning and thunder everywhere, and he's like super fucking powerful, and like he actually is now like even like 4 inches even taller than he used to be. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden you could fucking hear her like...
What? Oh, you just stop there.
Just say it sounds like someone turned a faucet on, okay? But see, at that point, she's like, "Oh, I'm in love with him."
No, now she's dedicating her research to search for him.
Yeah.
Because the bridge got destroyed. Not to mention that there are other ways to get to Earth. They just don't know where they are.
Yeah, well, Loki had that figured
them.
out, but
yeah.
I mean...
He's dead now.
But, yeah, more of this will be covered in the actual review. But... By the way, if you listen to the last part, spoilers.
Oh, yeah, spoilers. Sorry. Just put a little blurb.
I'll cut something.
Yeah,
whatever.
cut something. Just cut the little last bit.